Those who share this hopeful landscape have come to understand that our lives are not separate from the land. No, our lives are not separate from this land.
We source our food products locally from about 5 or 6 different farms. We try and access as much local product as we possibly can throughout the year.
You know, everybody, as we say, is gaga about the chaga, but we want to draw attention to many of the other more humble, innocent polypores. Well, certainly if you can look to your forest for some of your medicines, especially for maintaining good health. What's nice about Hericium, this lion's mane, this wonderful choice edible that's also been shown to enhance nerve growth factor in the brain, kind of countering symptoms of early Alzheimer's, dementia. We get the wood, so we procure usually a couple hundred logs every year.
We take the log and we take our drill here and we're going to drill a hole pattern. And the idea of this hole pattern is it has to be a diamond shape, and you'd have a bucket of spawn, you would tap it a couple times in the spawn, and then you would stick it in the hole and push the button down. And then from there we have to label all our logs to keep track of how this works. We can keep scientific data on what grows well, what species work, what species don't work.
Again, when most people don't have local foods, you can have, choice edibles, in this case shiitake mushrooms, for Thanksgiving, or maybe Christmas, right? Yes, so of course you're holding pearl oysters. And Chef Kevin McCarthy is, he's a big mushroom chef.
We use wild edibles as much as we possibly can. So in the springtime, we will forage for ramps and morels. We will actually harvest as many ramps as we possibly can without actually wiping them out, but we'll pickle them and we'll put them in the refrigerator or freeze them so that we have extended shelf life or extended storage so we can utilize them throughout the year. Products that we use on our menu today, this time of year, we have pork that we raised on campus over the summer. We fed the kitchen scraps so that we could use the full circle of life for our students to see. We have cabbage, which comes from Juniper Hill Farm, celery root, which comes from Juniper Hill Farm. We have parsnips, which comes from Fledgling Crow. These are Magic Molly potatoes, which come from Tucker's Farms. We have apples, which come from Banker's Orchard in Plattsburgh. The dish that we're using today is a typical dish that we will serve in the St. Regis Cafe. Every plate that comes from the restaurant has some sort of a local ingredient on there. So in the winter, we can use oats, we can use maple syrup, we can use honey or flour. In the summer, we'll have like romaine and different things that are associated with that season. We get emails and phone calls from the farms during the week, and they tell us what's available. Our menu changes on a weekly basis based on what they have or what is ripe in the field. So if we have an abundance of vegetables in Gould's garden that are ready to use, they're on our menu. These are our Magic Mollies, a little bit of butternut squash, and some celery root. I hear people talk about farm to table or sustainable sourcing of food, and they say, well, in the winter, you're only gonna eat beets and carrots. It's not true. There's a lot of product that's available. You just have to scratch and look for it a little bit.
No, our lives are not separate from this land.